Do you like race cars? Me too. I'm Buju, and I'm teaming up with Top Row Racing Media to tell the stories of our racetracks and the drivers who made them. As a lifelong fan and small-time racer, I just want to do my part in connecting our sport's past to those who will carry it forward. From booming modern hotbeds to motorsports arenas nearly forgotten by time. This is the Bullring Chronicles.
This one is going to be a little different. I'm not taking you to a racetrack, or at least not in the usual way. Instead, let's talk about why this show exists, and who I am, and how we're all going to do this together. But first, back to the why. I love short track racing. I love all racing, but short track racing is just something else. A sunset over a farmer's crops behind the grandstands, 2 beaters door to door out of turn 4, that giddy feeling as engines rumble before a star-studded street stock race. The why brings me to the who. Who is me? I'm Buju. That's not the name on my birth certificate. You can call me Brandon if you're my boss or my grandma, but for all intents and purposes, Buju. I fell in love with short track racing on a fateful Friday night that I was lucky enough to tag along with my mom and older brothers to what to me is still the greatest racetrack in the world, South Bend Motor Speedway. I remember the drivers, Bowl, Early, Maggio, Mania. I remember Ricky Bear telling us to wave your hats, wave your hankies, and flick your bics as these unbelievable machines made noises I'd never even fathomed just feet in front of my face. And I even remember Sparky the Clown shooting fireworks out of a motorized toilet in sweaty plastic hot dog sleeves and eating peanut shells off the ground because I saw another kid do it. The details. People are allowed to do this, and they do it every week? Sounds good to me. And here we are, 20-something years later, still a big kid that loves race cars. I race myself, just a filthy 4-banger. I know that's not a race car to some of you. I was lucky enough to have won at the place that started this addiction. My family has had some success, and I race because we race together. I couldn't do what I do without them, and I wouldn't do it without them. I love being behind the fence as much as I love being in a car. Nothing makes me glow more than watching a badass race, whether it's Hornets or super late models. I still feel like a 6-year-old when I see a new paint scheme for the first time, or somebody's race car on a trailer in the wild. But as much as I love racing, and as corny as this may sound, I feel some obligation to do more. I, as I'm sure all of you, sometimes find myself endlessly scrolling for something to watch. There's plenty out there. I enjoy history, sports, stand-up comedy, long walks on the beach, or wait, wrong video. Yeah, there's a lot of content out there. But I was catching myself not finding quite what I wanted at times. Don't get me wrong, there are a ton of people making great racing content, and I've taken inspiration from almost all of them. But our sport is big, and it's old, and it's so deep. No one can cover everything, so why not do my part? I'm watching racing videos and reading short track content anyway. My family are racers, my second family are racers, my friends are racers, so why not share my love and our stories, all of our stories, when no one else might? And that's the real goal here, telling our story. The story of those that have lived a life in a niche, tough sport that sometimes feels unforgiving, but none of us would trade for anything. For the people who have spent extra nights in the shop but forgot it all when your son or daughter or niece or nephew or best friend took the win. For the people who wake up every day counting down the hours until they get to be back at their happy place. And especially for the people whose happy places are no longer even places. I now know what it feels like to lose my track, and my heart goes out to everyone whose favorite place met the same fate, especially the venues and people whose stories have nearly been forgotten. So that's why we are going to do this together. Every track, every driver, every clown on a pyrotechnic toilet during the anthem. I want to hear your versions, and see your videos, and your pictures, and hear your stories, and we'll tell our story, the Bullring story, together. This isn't always going to be the history of a racetrack. Sometimes it'll be about the time a legend went faster than anyone ever has, or a road trip that my friends and I take to a track out of state. or a race weekend with my family and I, or maybe even just talking about why we love it. Sometimes it might get silly, or artsy, or experimental. I don't know where this road takes us, but I know it will all be out of a love for this sport. I'm Buju. This is the Bullring Chronicles. Let's talk about some race cars. Let's have some fun. If you catch me trackside, give me a fist bump and tell me your story. See you at the track.